What it do, what it do, what it do, mi gente. ¿Qué pasó? It's your man's the 50 Shades of Black, aka Rico X Mafioso, baby, aka Mr. Get It Done. I here with another reaction. Good morning, ladies and gents. Rise and motherfucker shine. Conquer that shit. Today we're here with another video. This time we're going to start it off with a pretty controversial topic. These days, every time I log into social media, someone's getting cucked. Someone is getting cucked. If you don't know what cucked means, it means that you are okay with letting another man enjoy your woman as you are observing, watching. Some people, some couples actually are into this fantasy. You know, homie's gonna sit, hold up, right there in the corner of the couch, right there. Well, his girl's getting piped down by me, and he's gonna be happy. He's gonna be, stroking himself off. He's gonna be doing all types of things in the corner to get himself off. But at the end of the day, it's like a fantasy of theirs to see another man dominate his girl, and they're in a relationship. I think, speaking about Larry, he's married. You gonna let your wife? You gonna let your wife fuck another man? Ah. 2026, we're already starting it off on the right foot. All right, ladies and gents, let's get this shit started.
Bro really thought that he was about to cuck me. Nice try. I am not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there is no cuckoldry going on here in this marriage.
Why would he throw that out there? I am not a cuck. There is no cuck holder.
Hey, yo. Ladies and gents, if you need to get online and tell the world that you are not a cuck, you are most likely a cuck. And I'm not here to judge you. I feel like everybody should live their life accordingly, And I'm trying to make men great again. And unfortunately, these are characteristics of a fucking, of a pussy. That's what I call it. Like a man who folds backwards, because I don't know anybody who's going to be open to letting their wife get dicked down, especially by BBC. Yo, I have a few stories of my own, but still, like, my bro, you're online right now speaking about your situation, and I could already tell this is damage control. You lost, bro. I can't wait to get to the end of the video.
Going on here when we have visual evidence that he is. I'm not a cop. There's no cuckoldery going on. Also, Larry, you think your OF members know I'm a cuck? I can tell them. Most likely. One day, I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold. And so, Larry Wheels is actually a cuck.
Yo, I was playing around the whole time. I was literally fucking around. It was all jokes. Larry Wheels is a behemoth of an individual, one of the strongest men on the planet. If you've seen his abilities when it comes to lifting, when it comes to bodybuilding, he is at the all-time pinnacle. So for him to come out as a cuck, bro, you only had one fucking job. One fucking job, and it's to fucking be a real G, bro, until the end. And not say too much, not do too much, and just be the strongest motherfucker out here. But you literally came out and exposed the messages behind. This has to be a humiliation ritual. This can't be real. Nah, this can't be real. Nah, this can't be real. Am I the only one so shocked? All right. Let's get back to this shit.
I'm not suggesting maybe. I'm not saying I think. I'm saying that I know.
This is a brain rot special.
Cooking in the basement.
Coach Greg, in today's video, you're not going to believe it. Well, some of you are going to believe it, but most of you probably not. But I have proof. And so a number of you sent me a video of Larry Wheels and his wife going after my girlfriend, Mepsigreg. I wouldn't mind if she went and attacked Coach Greg. Hey, you're a manlet, a loser, washed up old, short, a hobbit, snake oil salesman, a loser. No one would like you. Say whatever you want to Coach Greg. I don't care. But when you go and attack my girlfriend for no reason, who did nothing wrong at all, well, you're then making it personal. And so
Stop, ça c'est des produits winners. Et si tu fais du e-commerce aujourd'hui, ça sert à rien. Alors arrête de chercher des produits winners comme si on était en 2018.
So, since you want to get personal, I'm now going to talk about the things that I know and that I actually have proof. And so, Larry Wheels is actually a cuck. And I'm not suggesting maybe, I'm not saying I think, I'm saying that I know. And so Larry gets off on knowing, watching, enjoying the fact that his girlfriend, wife, partner, whatever you want to call it, is having sexy time with other men. And
Yo, this tends to happen to all these big ass motherfuckers who do steroids. Let's keep it a buck. It gets to a point where that shit fucks up with your hormones so badly that, you know, on the downside of things, throughout your cycle, you ain't yourself no more. T levels are probably on the floor. Motivation is on the floor. You're not probably getting hard no more. Your girl's just looking at you like, you know, a shell of the man that you used to be a couple of weeks ago. You're probably whining a little bit more, and the urges are climbing. And then all of a sudden, you don't want a divorce. You don't want to have more, you know, having a quarrelsome a wife under the rooftop. Like, so you fold and you let her do what you want to do. And most of the time, these ladies want to go out and experience different things, especially something you can't deliver. My G's, my real motherfucking G's, my hustlers, my people, learn from this situation. If you're gonna have to be one individual in this scenario, be the motherfucker who's gonna be fucking these dudes' wives. Now, don't be the dude who's gonna let people fuck your wife. Please, 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 please. And if you're the type of motherfucker who's gonna do that, I'm not trying to hate, but like, yo, you need to get on my program or just unsubscribe or some shit like that, because we don't want no sucker energy over here. This is a brand. This is a Rico X, a real Rico X. We see that real shit over here. We're trying to be stoic. We're trying to be the best, strongest version of ourselves, and not let people cuck us. I don't want to let the world cuck you. I don't want to even have the government step in and father y'all. That's how strict it is over here. But to let another man come into your crib, in your room, in your bed, or whatever, at a hotel room, pipe down your wife, drop down some A1 DNA, and then send her back home with her all happy and giggly, and, you know, them walls, them sugar walls all beat up, and you all, oh yeah, baby, how was that? Do you have any photos? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
not only that, let's film it. Yeah, I love that angle. Yeah, get it in all 8 inches. A little bit deeper. Yeah.
Make sure that you finish.
Damn, shots fired.
Oh, and in case you're thinking I'm making this shit up, I got this from John Bravo. Now, I only got part of it. There's a whole bunch more. I heard it.
It's incredible.
And so, John, release the Larry files. And so if you want to know in full details exactly what's going on, remember, I'm not even going to say what he's done. It's far too gross for this channel. Type in the comment section, John released the Larry files. Look at Larry's face right here. I mean, are you even kidding me right now? Ha 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 ha. WBAT. You think your OF members know I'm a cuck? Most likely, I can tell them. And so in case you're thinking this is AI or you don't believe it, I got this straight from John Bravo. Does John Bravo ever release anything that he does not have proof? And so he's talked with a number of these individuals and he sent them these files, these conversations, these pictures. And so it's all true. I wish it wasn't. And so, Larry Wheels, one day I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold with the bowing down sign. And so, Hey, Larry likes being a cuck. He enjoys it. He gets off on it. It's his thing. It's his fetish. And say, hey, whatever a grown man wants to do, a grown man wants to do. But I'm here to warn you that if you don't want to become a grown man who wants to do this, there's a few things you need to avoid. And so remember, I'm trying to make educational videos. And of course, there's a lot of drama in this video, but there's educational content as well. Why do you think Larry wants to do this? Why do you think he enjoys this? Well, Larry has abused performance-enhancing drugs, namely steroids, tren, and so on, for years, started as a teenager, and he admits this. Have you not heard of what tren can do to your brain? There are literally men who are straight who turn gay. There's men of the world out there, like Mike Israetel, you know, Mr. Mike, and he mentions how it alters your brain. All you feel is rage. We've even had Derek, you know, from More Plates, More Dates, explain how tren can change your attraction. And so, combine the use of performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, tren, you name it, along with self-gratification at an early age. Going through magazines, you know what's in those magazines. Or perhaps watching videos. Or cam girls. And imagine that rewiring your brain, the dopamine that you're getting from these events. And so you literally require this, you know, a greater stimulus in order to quite literally to get off. And so if you don't want to end up like this, hey, be careful. Don't use steroids. And so you think it's just the gyno, the balding, the pimples, the acne on your back, or perhaps the fact that it's going to take years off of your life, as if that wasn't bad enough. But it can also change your sexual desires. And so does anyone want that? And so normally, perhaps Larry Wheels enjoys tag teaming with his wife, girlfriend, and so on. Perhaps that's what he's enjoyed, but this time, he's going to get tag teamed by Coach Greg and John Bravo, two of the most infamous characters on the internet that you don't.
Coach Greg, I fuck with you, man. Yo, let's collab, Coach. And by the way, I'm about to out one of your athletes very, very, very soon. Hussein. People say you're not natty. Some people say you are. I'm gonna see you soon, bro. I live real close to Montreal. I'm gonna catch you slipping sometime soon. But Coach Greg, let's collab, man. You crazy, bro.
Want to fuck around with. And I'm not talking about actually having sexy time with us. I'm talking about messing with us, poking the bear, saying things out of character.
It's Myra, and he says, I see trouble in the rose. So that was like the second or third time he DM'd me and sent his message because I never replied.
Bro really thought that he's about to cuck me. Nice try. I am not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there is no cuckoldry going on here in this marriage.
And so now that we know this, now that we've heard that Larry Wheels is a cuck, does it not change everything that he's done in his past? For example, remember that time when Larry Wheels released his OF account?
Frankly, I'm disappointed. Like, I thought more people want to see my junk. But it turns out there's only 63 people.
And so it turns out Larry Wheels shocked as well as I am. Only 65 people were willing to pay the $20 to see Larry Wheels' junk.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base
What?
44.
Guys, Nina just built a...
I don't think that he marketed that properly because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of motherfuckers part of that LGBTQ community, you know, who would love, who fetishize bodybuilders. I'm a little bit surprised with all the clout you have in the world, bro. Only 65. I think that's bullshit, bro. I think that's bullshit. And plus, man, come on, bro. All these guys who abuse steroids like this, bro, man, they way be shrinking like a motherfucker. So, ladies and gents, make sure you do not get on those pets. Stay away from all that stuff, man.
You know that. Larry had an OF account and took it down after 1, perhaps 2 days. It was only under 100 members, but is it possible that this was what he was after? Or do you remember how Larry spoke about spending 5 figures a day, over $10,000 a day on cam girls? And I was thinking, how can it cost $10,000 a day to
You're
talk to a girl
cooked.
on the phone?
You're
Well,
cooked, Larry.
if these are the fantasies that you possess, if this is what you want your women to do, it can, in fact, get very expensive, especially in Dubai. And so imagine spending $100,000 or more each and every month, several $100,000, so much so that Larry Wheels had basically no money.
Fast forward to the last, I want to say 8 months, every single month, I have been spending any and every last bit of extra money that I have come in monthly on campsites.
And so we've seen the video where he took $50,000 from his friend in order to put a down payment on his house. And to this day, I don't believe he's gotten his money back. How is it possible that Larry, with millions of followers, should have millions of dollars, would need to take $50,000 from a friend to put as a down payment on a house? Like, does that make sense? And so as I was watching his videos, piecing things together, I'm thinking, how can Larry Wheels possibly state that he trusts his woman, that he didn't require to sign a prenup? After all, he trusts her. Well, A, he likes being treated like a cuck. He wants to be controlled. He wants women to dominate him, to control him. There are men out there, I do believe that girls, they call them cows. They have tons of money and they want women to spend it all, to belittle them, to put them down. Hey, the women who are on OF and they get guys who are spending, I'm talking about $1 million or more. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. But these guys, they have something wrong with them to want to give them this much money. But yet they exist. And you're thinking there's no way this is true. It is true. There are women out there getting this kind of money from men, and they're not even hot. They're nothing special about them. But these men allow them to use them. And so now that we know all this,
My brothers out there, please, I beg of you, I really do beg of you, get the power back, man. Look within. Go find God. Stop watching porn. Stop stimulating yourself in ways that, are unhuman. To the point where you're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. We are the human race, man, with all this goy slop and all that good shit that we're currently watching, that's infiltrating our minds and subconscious. Yo, I feel bad for the future, man, for the youth, bro. Like, we are fucking cooked. Like, damn. I guess a few of us gonna be fucking niggas' wives for the rest of our lives, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And when I say we're gonna be fucking niggas' wives for the rest of our lives, it's not like we're gonna be, doing this behind closed doors or whatever. Nah, these dudes are literally inviting these guys to come fuck their wives. Damn, man. Yo, YouTube, please. Please don't censor this one. This is going to be a very good video for the youth and for the young men out there to understand that you don't want to be in this situation. This is disgusting, for real.
is it not changing the story just a little bit? I started thinking this when I saw a female's post on Instagram, and she mentioned that previously she had been with a man who wanted her to bang other dudes. She was hesitant. She was reluctant to this. She didn't want it to happen. And I'm thinking, that's Larry Wheels X. And so I was going to add this to the video, but I went to find it. And so I saw that it was deleted. And so perhaps she had some regrets, some remorse, but there is proof after all. And so those of you who had already saw that, you know this to be true.
Oh,
if
hell
one
nah.
of Larry's exes says this, why would she say that? Do you think she's making this shit up? And even if she didn't, there's lots of other girls who have said the exact same thing. It's not a one-off. It's not somebody trying to bribe him to try to extort money from him. And so when you watch Larry speak now, we're going to watch right now. Larry literally saying, I'm not a cuck. And so watch this video together and we'll see. Does Larry not look like he's a cuck in this video? Does he not look like he actually wants his wife to bang Rampage Jackson? And so remember, you can see she's playing with her hair. She's adjusting the girls she's looking at Rampage seductively. We're thinking, what is going on? If my woman were to look at a man in that way, I'm thinking, yeah, it's clearly over. But what if he wanted her to do this? Have you ever thought of that? What if he wants her to seduce him? She wants his manliness inside of her everywhere, all over, and perhaps he'll play with it a little bit later. Gargle it one last time before going down the hatch. You know what I'm saying. And what about this scene?
Try it out, man.
No, brother. You got blue belt? No. Let me see. Let me see. Cat people shit. Hell no. Hey, I don't want to roll with your wife, man. Bro, your wife hot as fuck.
Larry saying, I want you to wrestle with my wife.
No. We are officially cooked, gents. I gotta say out loud, we are officially cooked. Yo, shout out to the people who are tuning in, and thank you very much for sending me the video. But let's keep it a buck. I'm really not judgmental. You know, I love living in the present and having fun. But we live in a freaky ass world with everything that I've been seeing lately with Diddy and, you know, Epstein and all these weird parties and societies, secret societies and shit like that. Things that are happening behind closed doors that, you know, we never really spoke upon. But now we're at a point where someone like Larry Wheels, the biggest motherfucker, the strongest motherfucker, one of those legendary individuals that, you know, we grew up with, watching him smash records day in and day out. Now we're sitting here watching him smash records of allowing men to fuck his wife. I don't really want to frown upon it per se, but like I said, live your best life. But like, damn, bro, I'm actually so fucking shocked right now. I'm actually so shocked. Yep. I don't even know if I should continue with this video at this point. And again, this ain't new to me, you know. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. But like, where are we going? Also, let me share y'all a little story, fun story, you know. And you probably know who you are. I'm not gonna drop no names or nothing, but like it gets to I remember you telling me like how some guy you were in a relationship with wanted you to get digged down by like 3-4 black guys. And if you watch this video, you know who you are. So you know, I ain't snitching, I ain't dropping no names or whatever, but damn. There's no coming back from that. If your girl gets the BBC at least once, okay, maybe. Usually there's no coming back from that. But if she gets 4, bro, she's cooked. She's cooked. Them receptors are cooked. Them walls are cooked. They're full of Africano DNA, and you know she gonna be doing the cha-cha all day, all night, bro. I'm thinking about what happened. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
She's all dressed in spandex and tights. Remember Larry Wheels supermodel? Thinking, bro, I'm not doing this with your wife. Like, really? And so he's trying to pressure him and her, I would say, in having sexy time. Hey, I'm gonna get them all sweaty, rubbing all over each other's bodies, and perhaps later they'll get together. She'll get out her phone, film it, and then I can get off and do what I do best. Pleasure myself all on my own while watching my woman be with another man.
I know that's like clip farming, whatever, that like I'm feeling him touching my hair, whatever. Huh?
Are you?
I mean, he's fine, but he's not my type.
Larry is disappointed. He wants her to say, yeah, he's better looking than you, Larry.
I want his blackness inside of me more than you.
I want to be taken to the dark side, darker than...
I want to be taken to the dark side. That's evil works, man. That's nefarious works right there. And I'm black myself. It's just like, damn.
than last time. And so he wants to be humiliated. He wants her to want him. But it's awkward. Not many women meet men such as this, and so it's not very comfortable. It takes time for her to think, you know what? He wants me to bang other dudes, but Larry doesn't want to bang other girls. He doesn't want other girls. He wants his girl to want other men. And in case you're wondering, it's not a one-off. I've had this happen twice in my life. I was coaching a guy who was about 20 years ago. I'm not making this shit up. And he wanted to pay me $500 to bang his wife. And I said, there's no way I'm doing this. There's no way I'm going to bang your wife and have you watch. I was thinking, this was my first introduction to this. Remember, I'm old. This is not something normal that I would just have seen. And so I'm thinking, is this a joke? I didn't get it. I told my friends later, I'm like, this guy wanted me. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Some men like that. I'm like, really? There's no way. And so that was my first experience with this. Another time I met a woman. Remember, this is years ago, 20 plus years ago. And she got off on me telling her about other women I was sleeping with. She wanted me to bang other women and to tell her, explain it. Do you have any videos? Do you have photos? I want to know. And I'm thinking, is this a test? Is she testing me to see what I will say or how I'll react? And how is it possible that a girl would want to know and hear about you banging other women? Would she not just jealous? Why is it that it turns her on? Not just want to hear about it, turns her on. You have to. Essentially, could you please have sex with another woman and explain it to me in details, or at least film it so that I can get off? It's a thing. It's real. I'm not making this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. She didn't say no.
No, I just said, yeah, he's okay, but no, like, he's not my type.
And so Larry, absolutely distraught. He wants her to want him more than Larry himself. Larry is essentially like a girl. He wants her to desire other men who are high status, high value men. And so he really would want her to be with Rampage. He's got millions of dollars. Perhaps he's a UFC champion. He's got all of the accolades. And so he's the type of man that women want. And so that is who Larry would want her to want, because he's essentially living vicariously through her. And so,
yo, I got some stories for y'all. You know what I'm gonna do? Probably in the next couple of videos, I'm gonna drop that shit. Give you guys little details about what happens in my day-to-day and how I actually came across a few couples who wanted me to pipe their wife down. Yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's finish this video up because I'm scarred, man. I might just go bleach my eyes after this.
I don't know if this makes a person gay. Like, if you want your partner to be with another man and you want to watch that man be with your partner, and so are you essentially imagining being the wife and you're receiving things from this man? Are you putting yourself in her shoes or in his shoes? Because if you were going to put yourself in his shoes, well, you already could. And so how does it benefit you to imagine yourself as him? Like, I don't get that. But if he's to imagine her, because after all, he's not a female, he doesn't have those parts, and so he can't be with a man in that fashion. And so does Larry secretly want to be a girl? Is it possible? Hey, it's 2026. You can do whatever you want. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. And remember, the early access to performance-enhancing drugs, testosterone trend, and so on, as well as the magazines, the videos, the cam girls, all at an early age, could that not rewire the brain? And so I'm not even saying that it's his fault. He's been exposed to all these things at such an early age, and it's rewired his brain quite literally.
I'm not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there is no cuckoldry going on here.
Why would he throw that out there? I am not a cuck. There is no cuckoldery going on here, when we have visual evidence that he is. I'm not a cuck. There's no cuckoldery going on. Also, Larry, you think your OF members know I'm a cuck? I can tell them. Most likely. One day, I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold. Larry's lying. He's lying. I know correlation doesn't equal causation, but it seems like guys who have abused steroids, tren, etc., they lie. For example, Mr. Mike with his PhD thesis and and backdating the thing, saying, no, it's the first draft. And we know he was lying. Now, Larry wheels. And so, do we see some correlation? Remember, correlation's not equal to causation, but isn't it possible? And so if Larry actually had any money, why would he be begging people for donations on Kick? I'm not kidding. Would a millionaire, multimillionaire at that, be asking for $10 or $20 donations on Kick? And so you can see, it states, chat plus react, Discord, donate. In my opinion, it's frankly embarrassing to ask people to donate money when you have perhaps 10 or 100 times more money than them. Like, imagine if I made this video and I said, hey, could you all please donate me some money? Like, could you please send over $10? I have a Patreon account. I need you all to send me some money. I mean, it's one thing to sell products. For example, Larry Wheels is selling his belt, the lever belt that you can adjust all the time. And so you buy the thing and you make money from that. He has that caffeine thing you put in your mouth, the caffeine jizz, if you will. It's 3 cc's, I believe, and you squirt it.
Yo, Greg, time out. Time out, bro. Nefarious works, my G. Time the fuck out. Mephistophelian, if I may add myself. Jesus. Jesus. To my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, about to start Ramadan, I'm sorry if I messed up your streak right now. You know what I mean? You're probably going through some type of detox to get ready for the upcoming Ramadan and things of that nature. And all of a sudden I'm dropping this video. As we're having some real ass conversation, but still, damn, your boy. I don't even know what to say, for real, man. Thank you, Greg, for exposing all these secrets. Oh my goodness, I'm never buying supplements from Larry Wheels, bro, because I know that shit ain't working.
In your mouth and you get some caffeine. And so if you want to support Larry, well, buy something from him. To the same extent, if you want to support me, you buy this. We both win. You win by getting more gains, improving the amount of muscle that you build.
Ladies and gents, if we were to, come to a conclusion with this and see what we have learned, moral of the story: stay healthy, physically, mentally, psychologically. Stay away from steroids or anything that could really mess up your mindset or just your brain chemistry in general, right? Because I would hate for one of my homies to wake up and be a Larry Wheels. And again, I love people enough to say, live your best life, do whatever the fuck you want to do. I ain't gonna judge you, but still, this right here is crazy works. Because if you were to let me pipe down your wife, I would be homies with you, because guess what? There's a liaison of pleasure awaiting at the end of it, because I know that every time I pull up, you know what's going to happen. So, you know what I mean? It's all fun and games. But I don't respect you. I find you fucking weird. You're cool, but you're fucking weird. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Jesus Christ, man. Peace, y'all.